Hello everyone and Happy New Year. I wanted to come here today to post a little update on how things have been going. If you have been following me for a while, you probably noticed that I haven't been posting as consistently as I used to be since the summer, and I got lots of messages from you guys asking why, especially on my Instagram. Thank you so much for following me there as well. So I wanted to come here and kind of catch everyone up what's been going on, what happened to the garden this year, what happened to my personal life this year, and what caused me to sort of not being here as much as I used to. Basically, we had a great year for the garden. 2022 was amazing for harvests and the health of the garden. It was a bit mind-blowing to me, the abundance that we got this year. So I started everything from seed. I planted lots of vegetables and some flowers, and I transplanted everything out by the time it got a little bit warm, I think about in May, and the plants just kind of took off. We had good rain this spring, so everybody was very green and healthy. Didn't have so much pest pressure, at least in the beginning of the year as much. We were harvesting a few things here and there early in the spring up to June, and then when July came, it became crazy. In the beginning of July, I was still posting garden tours every week by then, I believe, and a few updates through the week. And then we got our first tomato harvest, to which I was very excited. It was right after the 4th of July, right after the holiday. And we harvested, I think, around 20 pounds of tomatoes in a day. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then the next day, harvested more, so it's 40 pounds. And then it was like 60 pounds. And I was like, oh my God, it's not stopping. I know a few people that call this the burden of abundance, but I have to remember that I live in a small apartment in New York City, a rental apartment. And I was not prepared for the amount of food we were gonna get with the garden this year. I am extremely grateful for it. I learned so much from having to preserve a lot of stuff this year. I obviously gave a lot away for our friends and neighbors, and everybody that came to our apartment basically in the summer would go home with a bag of tomatoes. But aside from that, so that was the first thing that kind of made it a little bit harder for me to keep consistently posting here. It is a lot of work to do YouTube. Filming takes some time and takes kind of twice as long to do it anything with the camera than I would do it if I was just doing it by myself. Just started harvesting a lot of stuff, and all of the free time that I had was basically trying to preserve or cook with them, because I didn't want to waste anything. I grew everything from seed, and it tasted amazing, so I had to put a lot of effort on preserving, canning, fermenting, pickling, lots of that good stuff. Also eating fresh and implementing everything that I was harvesting into the meals that we're eating. So I had plans. I thought that this would be an amazing opportunity for me to actually cook and show what I'm cooking with the garden stuff. But I didn't have time to plan the meals the way I wanted to film the videos. Honestly, my house was kind of a mess. Not a mess, but I had tomatoes everywhere, in every surface. I had tomatoes on my dining table, tomatoes in my working table, and the little bench that I have by the door. Everywhere that had some space, we had baskets of things. I didn't want to waste things too, so my fridge is consistently full, and the garden does not wait for your schedule. So it didn't matter if I was off 2 days from now. I had to come home and deal with it, because I really did not want anything to spoil or anything to go bad. A couple things did spoil, not too much, maybe a few tomatoes, but I put them in the compost, but then I felt so bad. It was like very hard for me, even though they're going to compost, they're going to go back to the garden. So I really decided to put a lot of time and effort in trying to learn, and then trying to deal with all the harvest that we had and with the lack of space and how I could make this work for the future. And then my camera also broke in July and took a little time to get fixed, so I then kind of lost the groove of, posting as consistently as I was, and sort of got lost on just trying to preserve and deal with the harvest. And on top of all of that, in my personal life, lots of things happened too. So if you follow us on Instagram, you probably know that my partner, Danny, and I got engaged this summer. He proposed in a beautiful lavender farm in Long Island, New York. And obviously we're very happy. We started making plans for our life in the future, how things would be. And also, as soon as our families knew about the engagement, the wedding planning started. Danny and I wanted to do something more intimate and small. We didn't want to do anything big, but then just to try to get everybody in the same page and try to get everyone to kind of decide what we want to do, it was a lot of mental energy. And then also seeing how expensive things really are and all that kind of stuff, but that's for later. So we decided to get married next summer, which is this year, 2023. more into that in a future video because that will actually make a really big impact in the garden. I am not going to have as much time in the summer. We also ended up deciding that we're going to go to Brazil after the wedding to celebrate with my family there, so we're going to spend some time there during the summer too, which is going to make hard for me to take care of the garden here. So we are definitely downsizing, which is honestly a good thing because I also learned that, you know, even though I have very good intentions and I wanted to use everything I grew, it was very hard to do this in this little tiny kitchen that I have. I have to be more conscious of that this year. I'm planning to scale back the garden a bit so it'll be more manageable for me, and it'll be more realistic too for people that do live in cities, big cities, and have limited space. I haven't had a real chance to plan the garden for next year. I sort of have an idea what I want, but from now on, I want to, you know, really try to sit down and do a lot of the deciding what I'm going to do. I will just try to ground myself this year and not get super excited and want to plant everything like I did last year. I try to be disciplined, you know, but I will take everybody along with that. I also filmed a few videos that I did not have a chance to edit, so I have a little update on after the last video I posted with the fall garden tour. We did have a really big cold snap and storm and freeze here, as everyone in the US and Canada, around Christmas, so the garden is dead, everything died. But before that happened, I harvested a bunch of stuff. I filmed a video that I was going to try to edit to post before the new year, but that didn't happen. I didn't have a chance to do it, but hey, it's better later than ever, right? So I still want to show you guys that. I'll try to post that soon, and then I want to show you how the garden's actually looking now in the winter and what my plans are going to be moving forward. So very exciting stuff coming up. I'm excited to share a little bit more about the wedding plans for us too. We're doing things a little bit differently to try to accommodate everyone's needs and wishes, but we are excited, we're very happy, we are looking forward to the future. We will probably update you guys if you're interested in what our plans are. We spent a lot of time this holiday break, we got away for a little bit and to really think what we would like to our life to look like moving forward. So we probably will share that with you guys too once, you know, time goes by and things start happening here. But for now, this year we're staying in the city, we're staying here for the whole year, so we're still gonna garden in this urban space. Thank you so much for watching today. If you've been here for a long time, I really appreciate you. If you're new here, I really appreciate you too. If you want to ask me any questions, I am also planning to do a Q&A because I was sort of disappeared for this past 6 months. I received tons of questions. Thank you so much, you guys, from, you know, mostly my DMs on Instagram, and then in the comments here too that I never really got a chance to answer, like what happened to my grapes, or how big is the plot, all that stuff. So that will be coming up too. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you're having a great day today and had a great holiday season, and I'll see you next time.